We are very happy to introduce you to the world of Soprano handcrafted drums. Our adventure began with an apprenticeship to some of the local master wood turners. There, we learned the traditions and secrets of woodworking. We added new ideas to these age-old traditions in the production and development of our drums. The cutting of the staves for the shell, brass casting for the lugs, tension rods and hoops, as well as the final phases of finishing the drums with a high-grade wax polish, are all done strictly by hand. Why do we adopt an artisan's working method in the construction of our drums? Because we believe that the secret of a great acoustic instrument consists not only in the uniqueness and refinement of all its mechanical parts, but in the natural timbral qualities inherent in the woods used in making the shell. In order to reach this goal, we trust our ears and hands, in accordance with the age-old tradition and experience of the great Italian instrument makers, rather than mechanized production. Over the last 10 years, many musicians have visited our research and development facility located in the mountains of Bergamo. Their comments and ideas have contributed to our ongoing projects in drum design and acoustics. Through our initial exposure in Italy and later internationally, our contacts with important performers have increased exponentially. We continue to maintain a personal relationship with all our clients in an attempt to address their specific needs within any musical context. As percussionists, we have the responsibility and the advantage to be able to work with many sounds and colors. In a band, or especially in an orchestra, we're called upon to play at extremes: pianissimo, fortissimo, soft or hard, bright or dark, cutting or blending. Realizing these extremes depends on the versatility of the player, determined by his technique and experience, and the versatility of his instrument, determined by its basic sound. That is, a sound that's characteristic of the instrument. If that sound is there, it will lend itself to the most varied musical situations. That's why it's important to have an instrument that is capable of meeting those demands. We produce shells by an ancient method once used in the manufacturing of barrels. After selecting a specific type of wood, we process it into staves, which are vertically assembled to build the shell. The reason for such an elaborate manufacturing process is that the wood staves, assembled vertically, optimize the vibrations of the shell so that it becomes a natural sound chamber and enhances the timbral characteristics of the drum. Shells are assembled by gluing the selected wood staves one by one using specific rosins. They are then inserted into templates and kept in place under applied pressure until stabilized, and afterwards carefully turned into solid shells. Furthermore, the staves are chosen by carefully selecting and matching the grain, texture, and timbre of each piece. Because wood is a tonally stable material, we choose quality woods that with aging will retain and enhance the natural timbral properties of the instrument. Once assembled, the shells pass on to the second part of the construction process, which fine-tunes the shell to itself. All components of the drum are again finely tuned by a gradual series of hand-tooled adjustments using a turning lathe. We check each piece individually, fine-tuning each component of the drum, making sure that the bearing edges have the proper angle and that shell circumferences are perfect for exact head placement. We use beechwood cut into sections to make the flange hoop on our drums. This flange supports the sound chamber, or shell, and the fastenings of the tension rods. Not only does this increase the durability of the shell and framework, but the sound chamber is free of any support mechanisms that might interfere with the vibrations of the shell itself. This allows the drum tone to remain pure and transparent. We are the only drum manufacturers in the world offering this type of option to musicians who are serious about tonal purity and projection. Finishing represents the final process in manufacturing shells. Shell color and various types of wax polishing are chosen at this stage. At Soprano, we choose to preserve the genuine beauty of the wood grain with a natural aniline covering, obtaining a beautiful veneer. With beeswax polishing, the drum is almost complete. The opacity of the wood combines with the luster of the wax finish, creating the characteristic look of beautifully crafted instruments, similar in appearance to those made by the great Italian lute makers. All the mechanical components of our drums are made of highest quality brass for durability and sound projection. Our own casting process for hoops, tension rods and screws, snare strainer mechanisms and supports is the one used by bellsmiths and sculptors. As with any precious object manufactured with an artisan's precision and passion, our creations need periodical care. Correct maintenance preserves the life of your drum. And as with good wines, if you take care of your instrument, it will ripen and the tonal quality will improve year after year. Apply wax with cotton, following the grain, and when the wax is dry, polish with a woolen cloth, following the grain again. To bring the brass hoops back to their original brightness, use products specifically designed for brass polishing. Read the instructions of these products carefully when you use them. To conclude, we at Soprano encourage you to perform on our handcrafted drums and to contact us with any questions or suggestions you might have concerning our line of instruments. Our only advice to you, the musician, is explore your creative potential and musical vision through your instruments. Drum makers of our sort give them birth, but only your passion and creativity can make them